Volleyball. I am De Guzman, Biolacter, BSHM 2D3. History of volleyball. William G. Morgan, who invented the game of the volleyball in 1895, came up with the idea so that the people who found basketballs bumping or jolting too strenuous could have an alternative physical activity to fall back on. The ball came from basketball, the net from tennis, and the use of hands from handball, while this made up the game of volleyball. It was lent some competitive tone with the introduction of innings, later to be called sets, that was borrowed from baseball. Here is the picture. Rules and regulation. Rules for playing basketball kept establishing over the years. Points per set changed from 21 to 15 points in 1970. In the following years, the number of players per team was set at 6 and so on. A few years later in the Philippines saw the rise of a new offensive way of playing the game that include what we do today, called setting and spiking. It was to be called bomba or Filipino bomb, taking a cue from the pace at which the ball landed in the opposition court. The new tactic also meant the rules of the sport were further refined and standardized, including the scoring system and the rules stipulating a maximum of 3 hits per team. General volleyball rules and regulations. Each team can use 3 hits passes. That includes the block contact, but no player can hit the ball twice in succession. The defensive team tries to block or return the ball, also hitting it more than 3 times. The rally continues until the ball is grounded on the playing court, goes out of bounds, does not get returned within the rules. If the ball hits the boundary line, then the ball is deemed to be in play. The defensive team can jump and try to block the ball returning to their side of the court. If a block attempt is made and the ball bounces on their opponent's hub, then a point gets awarded. If after the block, the ball bounces out, then a point gets awarded to the opposing team. Each team gets up to 30 seconds timeout per set. The set back to 2 timeouts after each set, no matter how many have got before. The sport has 3 disciplines: indoor volleyball, beach volleyball, indoor beach volleyball. Indoor volleyball, the playing court is 18-meter long and 9-meter wide, and it's surrounded by a free zone 3-meter wide all on sides. The space above the playing area is known as the free-playing space and is minimum of 7-meter high from the playing surface. For FIBV, World and official competitions, the free zone measures a minimum of 5 meter from the sidelines and 8 meter from the end lines. The free playing space is a minimum of 7 meter high from the playing surface. Beach volleyball playing area dimensions: the court is 16 meter long, 18 meter wide, and surrounded by a minimum 3 meter wide free zone on all sides. The free playing space above the playing area is 7 meters high from the playing surface. So here is the volleyball court dimensions. Basic equipment used in volleyball. The ball. The standard volleyball is made of synthetic leather, weighs between 9 and 10 ounces, and has a circumference of 25.6 and 26.4 inches. The ball has a rubber bladder and can be only one color or combination of colors. Synthetic leather is lighter and is fine for beginner players. Junior volleyballs for children 12 years old and younger weighs between 7 and 8 ounces. The net and the court. The outer volleyball court measures 18 by 9 meters, surrounded by a free zone, and it's 2 meters wide on all sides. The minimum playing space for US volleyball competition is 7 meters. The volleyball net is 32 feet long by 3 feet wide. For women, and net should be 7 feet, 4.18 inches high. For men, net should be 7 feet, 11.58 inches high. US regulation: volleyball playing surfaces must be flat and not present any hazard to the players. Lines. The playing court is marked by 2 sidelines and 2 end lines. All lines must be 2 inches and wide and must be created with a light color that is easy to discern from the playing court. An attack line should be placed 3 meters from the center line. The center lines divides the court into two 9 by 9 meter courts. Post and Post and cables. The volleyball net structure is held together with metal cables and posts. Posts are placed 0.5 to 1.0 meter outside the sidelines and 2.55 meters high. Posts should be round, smooth, and padded to prevent injury to the player should they dive or crash into them. Metal wires and cables may need to be covered if it's determined that they present a danger to the players. Antenna and sidebands. Antenna are flexible rods and are 1.8 meters long, made of fiberglass, fastened off the outer edge of each sideband. Sidebands are two white bands attached vertically to the net and placed above each sideline. Shoes. Arch and ankle support is key when choosing a volleyball shoe. Mizuno, Asics, and Nike are just a few of the popular brands of the volleyball shoes, which are lightweight, allowing you to be fastened on your feet, as well as bearing good shock absorption on your toes. Volleyball shoes also provide for better lateral movement than typical running or cross-training shoes. Knee pads should be sturdy enough to protect your knees from falls, slides, and dives, but flexible enough to allow you to bend comfortably. Your volleyball knee pads must be made of fabric that breathes and manage moistures. Good quality pads have a gel foam, shock-absorbing material that will cover and protect your patella. It is best to purchase your pads from a reliable sporting goods store that will allowing you to try them on. Clothing and jewelry. All clothing should be lightweight to allow maximum flexibility and breathability, as well as made a material that absorbs sweats and keeps skin dry. Spandex shorts are a good option as they are flexible, light, and absorb odor. Socks will not required, absorb sweat, and prevent blisters. Jewelry is not permitted in volleyball, with the exception of smooth wedding bands. Glasses must be worn with a strap to keep them secure. Officiating volleyball, a coach is needed referee. Referee tips for betting officiating spotlight is on the teams not officiating. Allow the game to progress as smoothly as possible. Your primary job is to have a match go as smoothly as possible with little interference from officials. Strive of consistency. Never even up when you made a mistake. If you make a mistake, let it go and continue to the best you can. Don't let complaints bother you or break your concentration. Some of the best matches will bring you the most complaints. Be friendly and cautious but also fair. Don't let players, coaches, and crowd influence your decisions. Listen any reasonable inquiry, but don't allow constant questioning about your calls. Review rules and situations which tend to cause of controversy. Read the rule book, ask a clinician, or anyone that you feel can give you a needed answer. Rules that commonly cause problems are time out for injury, simultaneous contact by opponents, illegal improper requests for sub, libero player situations, and backcourt attacker blocker rules. The officiating crew should be officiating volleyball as a team. Work together with with other officials. Cooperate as closely as possible. Give each other active support. Be serious but have fun. You owe it to respect the game. Every match is important to be teams playing. Get in the right frame of mind and focus on the match you are able to officiate. Know the rules. Read the book and use it as a reference. The referee is the final judge on everything, even scorekeeping issues. The referee should not be a part of the match. Your job as a referee is to watch and judge. Do not coach. Be consistent. Use preventive officiating whenever possible. Examples are jewelry, wire on the court, etc. Have consistent judgment. What is a catch, throw, or double hit? It all depends on the level of play of the teams. Allow play on both sides of the net and call what is different. What are the positions in volleyball? Outside hitter. As you face the net, this player stands out the front left of the court in the attack zone. Sometimes called the wing spiker, they often attack the ball a setter has prepared for them. While the ball is in play, they can often work across and front and back row. Right side hitter. This player has similar responsibilities to the outside hitter, but they focus on the right hand side of the court. Opposite hitter. This is the player who scores the most points in the game. Their position is usually in the back left corner of the court. Not only do they need to score points, but because they play against the other team's opposite hitter, they need defensive skills too. Setter, often called the playmaker. This player is like the quarterback of the team. They run the offensive strategies and set the ball up for the attackers to score. They are often in the right back of the court and can work both rows. Middle blocker. Sitting in the middle, right in front of the net, this player's main responsibility is to block attacks from the other team. They're also a key passer who helps get the ball to the setter. Last, libero. This is a back row player who can only work at the rear of the court. They usually wear a different color top to the rest of the team and can enter and exit the game without substitution. They also can replace any other player and often swaps players in the middle blocker. So that's all. Thank you.